Swansea City versus Manchester United, Liberty Stadium, Premier League. I'm going to say one thing very, very early. Pogba's out, but we'll talk about that in a minute. I don't care if Fellaini, Rooney, Rojo, any other person I don't think should be at Manchester United anymore scores tomorrow against Swansea, or today if you're watching it on Sunday. I don't care. We've got to win this game. I think some United fans are quite rightly, it's good that you're being positive, but I think slightly, we've just had Halloween, and I think you are walking down Lollipop Lane with gingerbread houses, living in a bit of an alternative reality. Have no qualms about this. If we lose or draw tomorrow, I think the title is probably gone, but 4th place is 1 point off the title, so they're almost intertwined, and there's so many teams ahead of us, and this weekend is a massive opportunity because 4 of the teams ahead of us, we can make ground on at least 2 of them, because Spurs are playing Arsenal and Chelsea are playing Everton. So we've got to win tomorrow. I don't care how it does. I don't care if Fellaini scores it. I mean, it doesn't redeem him to me, but I'd be happy if he scored. We've got to win this game tomorrow. Then it's a small step, and then after the international break, I think we've got to beat Arsenal as well. I think these fans who are saying, "Oh, take it, everything's going to be fine, take it easy." I back the manager. I 100% back the manager. I think he's the right man. My concern now is with the players. The squad is riddled with lazy, unappreciative, can't be arsed players at United. Some have been here for 3 years, some for 2, some for 1. That's not Mourinho's fault. They're not his signings, they're not players that have not been got rid of. That's the problem though. It doesn't matter how good a manager you are, if you've got these players that endemically are just lazy and can't be arsed, it takes time. That's why Paul Scholes is saying this could take 2 or 3 transfer windows, because you could easily point at what Ranieri did, came straight in and won a title. There are examples of people coming in and winning titles straight away. But it depends on what your attitude of your playing squad, and that is the problem that Manchester United have got. And 100%, it is the players who are causing this problem. I'm behind the manager, but I'm not going to say, "Oh, everything's definitely going to be fine. Don't relax about it." No. I think you've got to live in reality a bit. And reality is we've got to win the game tomorrow if we've got any aspirations of getting into top 4. It's going to be massively difficult, unfortunately, because probably our best player when it comes to passion, who actually gets what wearing a Manchester United shirt is all about, misses the game tomorrow, unjustly. Herrera can't play. Pogba won't play tomorrow. That's the latest we're hearing. I pretty much expected it anyway. Dead leg against Fenerbahce on Thursday. Didn't train yesterday. Hasn't trained today. How are you going to chuck him into what will be a very difficult game against Swansea? Let's not forget we've lost our last 2 games at Swansea, and also we've not done that well at home. I remember Van Gaal's first game losing to them, so they're a bit of a bogey team for us. Midfield is where you win and lose games. Unfortunately, we've not been winning games despite our midfield being really good. I've said so many times I felt sorry for Pogba, Herrera and Mata, because especially in them Burnley, Stoke and Leicester games, they were magnificent. It's the people ahead of them who didn't finish the games in the Stoke and Burnley games. So midfield's a huge problem. I think best case scenario, let's run through the team and we'll focus on the midfield. Best case scenario team for me tomorrow that I would go with would be De Gea in goal, Darmian right back, left back Shaw. If Smalling's injured, I seriously don't think Axel Tuanzebe could be any worse than Marcus Rojo. So I would play Blind left-sided and Tuanzebe right-sided. Swansea have been crap. Let's play the young lad, because playing 2 left backs and then having to play Blind as a right-sided left back is just car crash. They were all over the place against Fenerbahce, all over the place. I'd rather play a young lad with potential than Rojo and forcing Blind out to the right-hand side of the centre-backs. It was car crash football. We can't do that. Or Fosu Mensah, play him as a centre-back, but don't play Rojo. Midfield is where the game is going to be won and lost, I think. I think if we play Fellaini and Rooney in there, there's a high chance we'll lose unless Swansea are really, really bad. I don't know. But I would play Carrick Anchor in the midfield. I would play Mata at the number 10. And then the number 8 position is really difficult because Pogba's not there, Herrera's not there. I don't want to play Rooney there. So who would you play in that number 8 position? For me, it's got to be Schneiderlin. I know it makes it slightly defensive, but Mata is the number 10. Martial on the left. I would play Mkhitaryan. I would play him on the right, and I'd put Zlatan up front, and I would have Rashford as an impact substitute, and that would be my team. I'd be really pleased with that. What I think is going to happen, and I think is obvious is going to happen, is that he will play Rojo and Blind as centre-backs. He'll play De Gea, Darmian and Luke Shaw as the full-backs and keeper. The midfield, I think, will be Carrick, Fellaini, Rooney. I think he'll put Mata on the right. I think he'll put Rashford on the left. And he'll put Zlatan up front, which means we won't have Martial starting. We won't have Mata at number 10. We won't have Mkhitaryan on the team. We'll have Fellaini in it. We'll have Rooney in it. And I think it's just, we're on a hiding to nothing. People are saying, well, why picking on Rooney, etc.? Why do you always pick on Fellaini? I think if you look over the last 2 years, and we've had this 8 players that apparently he's going to get rid of, which I agree with a lot of them, but no Rooney and no Fellaini in there. I think if you look over the last 3 years, because they've both been here for 3 years, I think they've cost us the most points, indirectly or directly. Just being in the team and not performing has cost us a lot of points. And if they play tomorrow, I think we'll lose, dependent on how bad Swansea is. I've never predicted a Manchester United game where I've been really, really concerned about us getting a result, but I am. And that all comes down, I'm sorry, I've got to be honest, I'm sorry to say this, it comes down to not the manager. I don't know why people are blaming the manager. It's the manager who sends the players out, this, that and the other. What a load of rubbish. What a load of rubbish. These players are paid hundreds of thousands of pounds a week. It doesn't matter if you've got Noddy managing you, and Noddy's a children's toy who's got no idea about football, by the way. It doesn't matter if he's your manager. As a professional footballer or as a footballer, you don't switch a switch and go out and play on the pitch and play badly. You can switch a switch on and as an individual play well. And the United players for 3, 2, 1 years, however long they've been there, consistently don't play well. And that is on them. And that is my concern going into each and every game with United between now and Mourinho getting rid of those players and bringing the right players in. Because you can't trust this bunch of players. They played against Liverpool, a unit with effort, passion and organisation. And then within a week, you think we're onto something here, we can build on that. Within a week, they go to Chelsea and get rid of all that. And then Fenerbahce the other night, they get rid of all that. And then, Burnley at home, we play some scintillating attacking football. We don't finish it off. And it's just ups and downs, and that's why you never know what you're going to get with this team. I hope we win tomorrow, because I think if we don't win tomorrow, we're in a dark, dark place at United. We'll be more points off the top, more points off 4th place, and it's like going into an Arsenal game. I know we always beat Arsenal at home, but the players have got to perform. It's on the players. I know what you're thinking. Asking for a score prediction. I'm going to go 1-1, and I never, ever, ever go United not to win these sort of games, but I'm not confident. I'm ecstatic if we win, but I'm not confident. I don't trust these players. I trust the manager. I don't trust the players, and that's where I'm at. And I think it's naive for these fans who are going, everything's going to be fine. Take your time. No. We're serious in relation to this season. We can't afford to sit back, relax, and wait for it to happen. If we want Champions League football, and I don't know whether that's realistic. If it's not realistic, then fair enough. But if it is realistic, and I think it should have been. If we want Champions League football, we've got to win tomorrow. First, we can talk about Arsenal on the international break. We're talking Swansea City. We've got to win tomorrow, and that will just about keep us in touch. 7 to, maybe might get a little bit closer to 4th if results go our way. But we've got to win tomorrow. I think there's huge problems with the players. I just want to say as well, very quickly, Anthony Martial. I tweeted this out last night, and he got a load of stick. And basically, I said, Anthony Martial is disillusioned, and I can understand that. And a load of hate came back, not on me, on Anthony Martial, saying he's a professional footballer. It doesn't matter what number shirt he wears. He needs to get on with it. And I think there's a lot of hate about Martial. Martial should be starting every week on the left wing. Last season, he was arguably the best left-sided player in the Premier League. He was our number 9. He goes away to the international Euros, gets treated like crap by his manager. He comes back and then hit the club, where he expects a bit of loyalty, take his number 9 shirt off him and give it to a new signing. Now, I don't care whether he's on hundreds of thousands of pounds a week or not. And I agree, a footballer, shouldn't be stalking about his shirts. But can nobody else see this apart from me? There's a bigger issue here. It's not about his shirt. It's about what he did for us last season. He's been here a year. He was our best outfield player last year. He comes back from international duty. He's had the number 9 taken off him and given to our new signing. It's disrespectful. I think this is where the club goes wrong. And I don't know whether some fans have thought this through. It's not about the number 9. It's the way he's been treated by the club. It's a lack of respect for somebody who's been at the club for a year, who's performed well at the year, who was our best outfield player last year, and they just take it off him and give it to a new signing. To be honest, regardless of how much I'm paid, I'd be mightily annoyed with my employers for doing that, because it just shows a lack of respect for what I've done, somebody who's a fan favourite, and what I've done at the club over the year. You know, I've actually, in a team that was really poor last year, I've performed and done really well, and you've rewarded me by mugging me off and taking my number 9 shirt and giving it to a new signing. I just think it's another example of the club handling things badly. Schweinsteiger, Valdez, the list goes on, and I actually agree with Martial being annoyed. I don't think that it's unprofessional to allow that to impact on your performance on the pitch, and maybe that's to do with some of the personal issues, but I think the way the club handled that was wrong. And if they were going to take the number 9 off him, give him the number 7. You know, there's an absolute fraud wearing the number 7 for the last year and a half. Give him the number 7. He's probably deserved it. So I agree with Martial. I think the way he was treated was wrong, and I think his agent said that. To be fair, the agent, he said, he doesn't want to leave Manchester United. He's got a good relationship with Mourinho. He loves the fans. He was just slightly put out by what happened with the number 9 shirt, and I agree with that. I totally do. Martial was given Giggs' number, hardly a punishment, says Chuck Jammy. Yeah, he was given the number 11 shirt, but he was upset about the number 9 shirt, and I understand that, and I agree with that. If you don't, fine, fair enough, but I don't understand why you think it's right that the club just give his shirt to a new signing when he's performed in that shirt. I think it's wrong. Just because Zlatan wears number 9, and I'm fed up of this. Zlatan is Zlatan's bigger than this, bigger than that. Well, he's not bigger than anything at the moment because he's not scoring the goals, and I'm a massive Zlatan fan, but I don't think he deserves the number 9 shirt at all. I don't think he's done anywhere near enough. I think he will do. I wouldn't have dropped him tomorrow. He's in my starting lineup, but 100% this is about the players, and 100% unfortunately at the moment, and I don't think many fans feel this, don't disagree, I don't trust the players, and I think we go into every game and you just do not know. If they follow what Mourinho's tactics are, we would have beaten Stoke, we would have beaten Burnley, and we wouldn't have got trounced by Chelsea because that was just defensive chaos. So I think he's doing the right things. I just don't trust the players, and I haven't got a clue what's going to happen tomorrow. But we've got to win it. If we lose tomorrow, we're live at 8:30, obviously, for the Sunday night show. It'll be an interesting one if we don't win. Obviously, we're live tomorrow from 2 o'clock with the Team Knows right the way through with a watch along. And obviously, I'm saying obviously a lot, live straight after the game, Skype Goldbridge, brilliant show after the Fenerbahce game. Get Skyping in, Mark Goldbridge is the name. On the stream on YouTube straight after the game, and you can be on the show giving us your thoughts, and hopefully we will be celebrating a win, because we've got to win this game. But it's all on the players. I'd be amazed if anybody doesn't understand that by now. It is all on the players. I'm not relaxed about tomorrow. I'm not relaxed that we're going to turn the corner, because I just don't trust this group of players. And if you want the players that I would sell, I would get rid of straight away, and probably pretty much in this order. Rooney, not because Rooney's awful, just because I think his time is gone and he's too big a character in the dressing room, and I think we need to move on from that. Fellaini, because he's just big and useless. Rojo, he's just awful. Schneidlin, I don't think it's going to ever work out. The same for Memphis. Phil Jones, he's got to go. And already this list is getting too big. Ashley Young, no point. He's getting old and he's on the decline. No point in having him. I know I'm missing people out. There's bloody loads of them I would get rid of. Absolutely loads of them. But those lot would do for a start. Unfortunately, I think we'll keep Rooney for another 18 months. I think we'll give Fellaini a new contract, and that makes me scared, terrified, and very sad. But let's be positive for now. I hope we win tomorrow. I really do. Get commenting below and give us your thoughts, and join us live at 2 o'clock for the Team News as soon as it hits, because unfortunately for the last couple of years, it's like the Team News dictates. It's almost the most important thing in a Manchester United game, and I think Team News tomorrow is going to be massive. Like I say, if it was me, I'd play Carrick, Schneidlin, Mata as my midfield three. I'd put Mkhitaryan on the right, Martial on the left, and Zlatan up front. I think we can win the game with that. I think what we'll actually see is car crash, and it's just how bad Swansea are and whether this car crash team can beat them, which I think will be Carrick, Fellaini, and Rooney in the midfield. Lingard probably on the right, Rashford on the left, and Zlatan up front. No Martial, no Mkhitaryan, no Mata, and I think we'll massively struggle. But there you go. Thanks everybody for watching. get commenting below, and see you tomorrow night at 2 o'clock. I make no apologies. You know, this is the United Stand. It's all about your opinion, and we do loads of Skype goal bridges now, so you can have your opinion. In fact, next week, every night at 8:30, all the way through the international break, we will be doing Skype goal bridge. So you can all come on and have your point of view instead of moaning on the live comments about, you know, you're not happy with some of the stuff I've said. Get on Skype Goldbridge, have your say. That's what the United Stand is. This is Mark Goldbridge giving his opinion on the preview. And I'm fed up with the players. I think they're a disgrace, but I 100% back the manager. We will get there. It's just how long it's going to take. And I think obviously you want a little bit of luck. You want to win tomorrow and build on wins, because if we lose tomorrow, I think getting top 4, we could be 10 points off that. That's ridiculous. And it's the amount of teams that are ahead of us. You know, it's not if there was 4 ahead of us maybe, but it's the amount of teams that are ahead of us. Thanks for watching. See you at 2 o'clock. Team news is going to be absolutely massive tomorrow. Can't wait to see your reaction to it with me at 2 o'clock. Speak to you all very soon.